Welcome back. We're here, bringing the Heat podcast, and I'm excited. I'm Steve, joined by Joe. And Joe, we are
What's
having
up?
a fire show because we are talking about the NFL free agency. So
Yes,
we're
yes, we
we're
are.
jumping right into it. I want to start the show with what my New England Patriots have done in the last week. They have signed Matt Judon, Johnny Smith, Hunter Henry, Jalen Mills, Nelson Aguilar. We re-signed David Andrews. Got Kyle Van Noy back and a few other players along the way. We actually got Ted Karras back. And I just want to say this right now. My hot take for the show. We call this Bringing the Heat. My Heat. The Patriots have added 3 more wins under their total from last year. So they will finish with at least 10 wins.
No,
Now
no, they
try and explain why I'm wrong because I'm not.
okay. So first off, they didn't even add anything they needed. Hunter Henry, great pickup. Smith is a great pickup for Cam Newton. Where's their wide receivers at? What are they gonna do at wide receiver still?
Nelson
Nothing.
Aguilar. He's better than everybody
He
on our fucking
sucks.
receiving
He
core.
barely did anything.
He's
He
okay.
hasn't. He has yet to have a 1,000-yard season.
Yes.
He did better last year than he did all the other years. Yes, but is it going to continue? Cam Newton can't throw the ball past 10 yards.
Look,
What do you guys got? What do you guys
Cam.
got? It's
I
terrible.
think they're going to draft the quarterback, so that might be taken care of. But as of tonight, I still think Cam can do it. I think he's good enough, and I think now that you give him another year in the system, they actually get some type of preseason or whatever you want to consider it that nobody had last year. Nelson Aguilar is almost a perfect fit. I mean, and especially if we get N'Keal Harry, if he even, because I honestly don't think they're keeping him. I think he'll be traded in some fashion for even like a draft pick. But you're telling me like our offense is miles ahead of what it was last year. Last year, our tight ends
Well,
were
no, it was better than
Malacross
last
and
year.
Ryan Izzo. Both of those guys have like a combined 10 catches in their fucking career. That is
Don't get me
absurd.
wrong. It's better than last year, but you're not adding another 3. I would give you another 1 or 2. You need wide receiver depth. You have no wide receiver.
But
You shut down the tight ends. Who's Cam going to?
Nelson Aguilar. And we have running
Your
backs.
running backs are still shit.
They're okay. They're okay.
Still shit.
They ain't getting 1,000 yards. They're not 1,500 yards. No. They ain't one of those running backs. But
He should
compare
have
them.
focused on.
But look at our defense.
Yeah.
Our defense. Matt Judon is a monster, and I love the signing. And they
He's
got
a
him.
monster.
They got him for relatively cheap. So 4 years, 54.5 mil. That is amazing. And
That's not that.
yeah, no, that's good. And quite frankly, it's like their defense just got exponentially better because now you have Dante Hightower coming back because he opted out last year. Pat Chung just retired. Good. I don't think he was good. I just want to move on from that. But we got Jalen Mills in his place who will complement our defense. I know it's not great, but he will complement the secondary. It's a fact.
Bill overpaid for everybody. Most people he overpaid for. He could have easily just got either Henry or Jonah, one or the other, which I would prefer Henry over Jonah. Love Jonah, but I just think Henry is a monster. And then he should have went after like Kenny Golladay. Give Cam a weapon he can just throw it up to and we'll come down with it. Right now you just got tight ends, but they're not fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you got to consider like
I guess Nelson Aguilar, but Nelson Aguilar needs a decent quarterback to throw him the ball.
He's got to
do anything. He needs to be wide open and catch a ball. He needs to be wide open to catch a ball.
But he still has a decent quarterback. It's not like Cam is so inept and unable to do it. It's not like Ben Roethlisberger where the guy can't throw the ball.
He just downgraded quarterbacks. Derek Carr is a much better quarterback than Cam Newton.
Much. They're both pretty equal.
Throwing the ball wise. Derek Carr. I would take Derek Carr any day. any day.
Maybe. I might take Derek.
I don't want to hear, but Cam Newton MVP back in blah, 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 blah.
No,
I don't care about that. It's a new Cam Newton.
Ago, I believe.
That's so many years ago.
Yeah, I think
not the same. I wouldn't.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have got rid of Cam, traded him up, got a quarterback, went with a rookie quarterback this year. I don't think Cam is going to do it for you guys.
Now you look at our offense, right? So we didn't bring back Joe Thuney. He went to the Chiefs, which I was kind of upset about because I did like him. That offensive line between him, David Andrews, Shaq Mason, Marcus Cannon. I think Marcus Cannon is a free agent or he went somewhere too. So we lose both of those guys, but we re-signed David Andrews. We got Ted Karras back from Miami. And same thing for Kyle Van Noy back from Miami. So it's awesome because guess what? Kyle Van Noy is a beast. I was mad last year when we didn't when he went to Miami. I was like, that's cool. And then
he's good. He just
half our defense opts out.
Just gets injured,
and it's ridiculous. It's like
Patrick Chung retires this year.
Yeah, which is okay because
I don't like the whole Jalen Mills pickup for $24 million for 4 years. I think that's a little too much for Jalen Mills. Yeah, but Jalen Mills did not prove anything. What have he proved?
But we have so
much good year
money.
He had.
What are we gonna say? Oh, instead of
just get rid of all your money. What?
So what? Would you say a fair price would be instead of $6 million, pay $3 million a year?
Anything. You can give him $4 million. You can take down the guarantee. You can do anything.
Well, you just said if it's $2 million over, then it's not like a severe overpay.
It saves you salary cap though. It can give you more room to get more people. Yeah, $2 million every year.
Okay, but it's not that much when you're talking about the scheme. I think it's like 180 or 178 million is what the cap's going to, and then it'll go up next year.
Well, yeah, because of the quarantine and all that, not being able.
Yeah, that slowed a bunch of shit.
But still, you overpaid for a lot of these people that you could have got less money for.
I wouldn't say overpaid. I think,
and you could have signed bigger people.
I think they probably.
You guys could have went after James Conner.
I don't like James Conner. I don't think he's that good. I think he is I think he worked in their system, but I don't know if he's a great running back. I really don't. I mean, I think he's talented, sure.
But it's a step up from what you have.
I'd say slight, yes. I think Damian Harris.
What are you gonna?
Damian Harris and Sony are decent backs if they can split more. If they go for more yards. I like James White as a receiving back still, and I think he's a good utility man.
He's not even on your team no more. He's a free agent.
I know, but I'm saying like that style of play, in the same thing of Gunnar Olszewski. I was talking about him the other day, and it's he's like Matt Slater. He is going to be the special teams. He's just going to be a tackler most of his career, right? I don't expect him to actually go out there and play on offense. I just don't. But he's good for that role, and I think for the Patriots, right now, who we have, and this is before the draft. Honestly, I don't see how they go wrong with either drafting a quarterback or drafting a receiver. Because you can still trade guys and move them around. Nothing's really set in stone yet, and you still have the whole summer. So right now, our defense, now that they're getting back to health and are not opting out, we're a top 10 defense. We made these moves. We are a top 5 defense, and I'm not even capping right now. That is how I think they are number 5. I think they can be in that role.
Okay, I'm just not even going to talk about them being a top 5 defense at this stage. They got Matt Judon, great pickup. Jalen Mills, he's all right at best. Godchuk, he was on Miami. He was all right at best too. I wasn't upset that we lost him. It wasn't like he was a star. He was all right. Adam Butler came to Miami. Kyle Van Noy, that was a good pickup, but he gets injured a lot too.
He does.
You're pushing you guys out way too much. McMillan was a good pickup, but same thing. He's not great. He's all right. Mm-hmm. I give you guys 13th best defense, 12th with these moves.
That's disappointing to hear.
You might sneak into number 10, but you're pushing yourself way too high. I don't
So let's transition
because you're losing. You're probably gonna lose. You lost Patrick Chung. He already retired.
Yeah,
and you're gonna lose. Probably Gilmore. I'm sure they're probably gonna trade him.
We're gonna trade Gilmore, him and a pick. I assume we might even be able to get somebody straight up like receiver wise because they might even do that. Like, because again, Gilmore doesn't want to be there, and I don't think New England necessarily wants him anymore. I just think they're both ready to move on from each other. It's not necessarily toxic yet, but it's like getting to that point. It's kind of awkward because
I mean, he's a great quarterback. You guys can get a lot for him.
He's literally a top 5 corner, and he's been that way for the last 4 years. I'd say.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I know he's aging. I think he's entering his age 32 or 33 season, so he is aging, and he probably realistically has like 1 or 2 really good years left. So this is where a team like the Colts. I mean, hell, if the Rams want to make a strong push towards the Super Bowl, they can try and get Gilmore, which would be absurd to have him and Ramsey in the secondary. But for a team like, I think, Indianapolis, a team who's in win now type of mentality, I think that's a good pickup. I don't think it hurts them at all.
So I don't think Colts would be a good fit for him because their defense is already stacked. Like, no, my bad. They would be a good fit. Like, anybody would be a good fit for Gilmore. But I don't think Colts would go after him because their defense is already good as it is and stacked. I think like a team like maybe like Tennessee or Jacksonville would trade for him because they got a lot of salary cap. Or I don't know if Tennessee got a lot of salary cap, but I know Jacksonville does. They have young players. They could use them for like get in the system now, learn it. In the next 2 years, they would make a push for the Super Bowl. When Trevor Lawrence, because that's who they're probably going to take, when he improves, get in the league a little bit and get used to it, they're going to make a run for the Super Bowl. Because James Robinson is young. So I think that would be a good place for him. But they probably won't go after him.
So let's transition to the NFC East because I'd say over the last 4 days or so, between Washington, Dallas, and the Giants, they have all like dramatically changed that division. I mean, Dallas, obviously, they re-signed. They get Dak long term. They just signed Keanu Neal yesterday, I believe, and they made a few other moves.
It was yesterday, yeah.
Few defensive moves. What they really needed those. They need a defense. They haven't had a defense for a long time.
No, not at all.
And then you go to like somebody like Washington, and you got Fitzmagic, and it's like, look, he's okay. He's not great. He's not giving you much. I mean, they
he's
get
not great with the ball.
Yeah, I mean, you got Lamar Miller. They got a few guys. They're definitely an upgrade, I think, over last year. But then you look at the Giants. They just got Kenny Golladay, Kyle Rudolph, Devontae Booker, John Ross. They got Mike Lennon as a decent backup, I guess. And they signed a safety here too. So, like, when I think of this division, and the Eagles haven't really made any. I mean, they made Anthony Harris.
No, they got. Yeah, that's basically it.
It was Anthony Harris.
They're basically chalking it up.
I mean, look, he's a good good safety. So, like, obviously an upgrade, and I back that move 100%. But when you're talking about the division, all Dallas needs to do is not play terrible. Dak and Zeke.
I don't think Dallas win the division.
If they are not terrible, let's think. I think they can win the division if Dak and Zeke are not garbage.
Well, all 3 of them teams can.
They got hurt, but
all 3 of them teams can win the division.
When that Dallas offense is like, look at that entire offense. They have a top. We could even say top 3 or 4 offense in the league. Straight
up.
So
what do you give Giants offense right now?
I think, obviously you get healthy Saquon, Kenny Golladay, Sterling Shepard, Evan Ingram. I think they could be top 10.
So I think their defense
good too.
Their defense arguably could be better than Dallas' defense easily. Saquon and Zeke are kind of even. If Saquon plays a full season, I think he's better than Zeke. because he can do more than what Zeke can. Like, he can catch a ball. I mean, Zeke can too, but he's more agile and all that. Zeke is just more of a power back. Kenny Golladay is better than all Dallas receivers. Sterling Shepard is a downgrade. He's probably I think he's better than CeeDee Lamb.
Wait. You think Kenny Golladay is better than Amari Cooper? The nerve.
You don't agree?
Oh wait, your thing froze. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
So, did you hear anything I said?
No, it cut out. Your screen froze.
All right. So I think Kenny is better. I think he's more bigger, physical. He got better hands.
Stop that.
Golladay is better than Amari. Amari just got him in route running.
You stop that.
You think Amari is better than Golladay?
I think Kenny Golladay is better than Michael Gallup, better than CeeDee Lamb.
But not better than Amari?
No.
Kenny
Golladay is a good receiver. Amari Cooper, we've seen is top 10. Makes a case for top 10. Kenny Golladay is just outside.
Kenny Golladay can make a case for top 10.
He could make a case, but I think more people are putting Amari Cooper in top 10.
No shot.
So then you say tight ends, right? So you got Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram better than Blake Jarwin.
Look, I'm a Blake Jarwin defender. I think he's so much better than people give him credit for. But head to head, I'll take Evan Ingram. And then you say quarterback.
No, don't get me wrong. I don't think Blake Jarwin is bad. I just think Evan Ingram is better, more talented.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I think that's a valid statement. And then you compare quarterback. It's not even close. Dak is 100%.
No, Dak is, yeah.
So, and then their defenses are both kind of the same, restructuring stage. They have a few pieces, but they're not really good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's a shootout. Every game's got to be a shootout. Those two division games are gonna be crazy. It's be 35 points apiece, because their offenses are talented, right? I mean,
yeah, 100%, definitely.
It adds a lot.
I think.
Yeah.
Giants got a top 5 pick in the draft too, right?
Yes, I believe they do.
So that could be huge for them to get somebody. Honestly, if I was them, I would either go after a corner in Patrick Surtain.
Okay.
Or I would go after a speedster. I don't know, Jalen Waddle, DeVonta Smith. I think that's the two things they need right now. Because Sterling Shepard isn't a terrible wide receiver, but he's not bad. I mean, he's pretty solid. He's a solid second wide receiver too. But they need somebody to come out of the slot.
So you would have them go for another receiver then.
Receiver or a corner.
I think they need to go defense, honestly, because
I mean, I guess you're right. You could go young defense, but I don't know.
You gotta look at Washington. Their defense is crazy. And that's where it's almost a complete flip, right? I mean, we talk about Dallas and
but they're
Giants,
Yeah, their offense is not that good at all. The Washington.
The Giants got the 11th pick.
Oh, they got the 11th?
Yeah. And a few of these mock drafts has them getting DeVonta Smith, but I don't
lineman. I have one saying they get an O-lineman, which isn't a bad pick at all, to be honest.
It's really not. I think if they get the opportunity, that's where it's tough, because again, when you think about this division, right? And I think Philly, I mean, we're not really talking about them because they haven't made many moves, but I think we expect them to be third or fourth. But
who?
Philly.
They're going to be fourth easily.
I don't
know
know
way they get top
unless
3.
they make something crazy happen within the draft.
It all depends on Washington's offense. I think it goes Giants 1, Dallas 2, Washington 3.
Wait, you didn't just say that. You didn't just say
Giants made a huge push in their team in this offseason.
They did.
Huge.
That's valid. But
and
I'll make a bet with me right now. I will bet you $50 right now that the Cowboys win that division.
Win the division. So I get all 3 other teams, or I get just Giants?
You can pick Giants.
Okay, so I get Giants. You get the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm. And if neither somehow don't win, then it's a wash. All right.
Yeah, deal.
On camera.
Listen, people can hear it.
That's an easy loss because, as far as I'm concerned, like that's actually appalling that you said that. Like that actually kind of hurt. Like I'm not a Dallas fan, but like
I forgot about John Ross. They don't need a wide receiver. I forgot all about John Ross.
Yeah, so you figure you got.
I think they go. I think O lineman or defense is a great pick.
I think if they get a stud linebacker, that would be interesting.
I mean, they got Reggie Ragland.
Yeah, Ragland.
Not all right. I mean, it's better than what they have.
But that's the problem.
They got Kyle Rudolph. They got Kyle Rudolph as a backup tight end.
And it's strange because you're like
I'm making moves.
You say between Dallas and the Giants, it's more of an offensive battle. Redskins, 100% opposite. It's a defensive battle.
Yes, but I don't think their offense can stand up to a decent defense, and they got decent defenses. I love Ryan Fitzpatrick, but he forces the ball in so many times, and it turns out bad. Mm-hmm. Like when they pulled Tua in the what game was that? In the Broncos game, and Ryan Fitzpatrick came in, forced the ball in the back of the end zone in the final seconds to a pick. I just don't think he's the man for the job. Love the guy though, great personality, but the Giants, they called.
Did you notice that I saw something the other day? Did you notice that Ryan Fitzpatrick in his 16 years he's been in the league, he's never been in a playoff game?
Who, Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, never been in a playoff game. I thought that was crazy. I was like, that is the definition of his career. Is like he was just always around, couldn't be in any relevant game. But that being said,
hold on. News. The Giants called in Logan Ryan to recruit him. Like Jackson is trying to recruit Logan Ryan on to come to the Giants.
I thought didn't they cut Logan Ryan?
Who, the Giants?
Yeah.
They never cut Logan Ryan.
I thought they released him, or like he. I swear he was either like released or like retired or something.
Hold on, wait. Not Logan Ryan. My bad. They called. All right, so Logan Ryan is retired. My bad.
Okay.
They called Logan Ryan to come in to recruit Adore Jackson to come to the Giants.
Oh, okay.
My fault.
I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't play anymore. That'd be awkward.
Nah, you're right. I misread the thing. Yeah, so they're hanging out talking about coming to the Giants now.
Yeah, and
I'm pretty sure Logan Ryan retired though.
Yeah, but it's wild because that Washington offense. I mean, you got Terry McLaurin, you got obviously Antonio Gibson still as your back.
Curtis Smith, I think. Curtis Samuels, I mean.
Yes,
I think he went to Washington, right?
I believe so. Let me check. Yeah, Curtis Samuel.
I'm like 100% sure.
Yep.
But see, like they got a decent. Don't get me wrong, they got a decent offense. I'm just worried about the quarterback situation.
Yeah, that's a problem. I think if you're Washington, like you really like feel like you're going to win anything this year? Because I don't see them.
Don't get me wrong.
Like,
I think the division is going to be tight. Like, Washington could win the final game. Any team could win the final game. I think Eagles are not even close. They did nothing to help their team. That the Eagles are a hot mess right now.
I agree. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a 3-way race for the division, and I feel like it's gonna be another like 8 wins. Like whoever just wins that last game wins the division, and like play. They'll obviously host a playoff game, which I think that rule should be overturned. I think if there is opposing teams with a better record having to travel just because that other team won their division, I think that's just ludicrous. I
agree.
Last year, 100%. There is no way in hell Washington should have hosted a playoff game, but they did.
No, yeah. I agree. I agree with you 100%.
And if you look at the scale of like the whole NFC, let alone like football, nobody in that division, I don't know right now, is making a real stab at either like the championship game, let alone the Super Bowl. I just like Tampa Bay is still great. Packers, Rams are going to be really good this year.
They're going to be a good team.
Seattle and
who do you think win that division?
What?
Who do you think win that division?
I think the Rams.
The Cardinals division.
I think Cardinals will be better than people expect them to be by a little bit. I mean, obviously they got.
I have them winning the division.
AJ Green. So they made moves, right? I mean, like they did something to improve their team, which is the opposite.
I actually have them winning that division.
Really? That's interesting.
So I like the offense a lot. I think the scary offense. They improved their defense by getting they got Golden, they got JJ Watt, they got a corner and a linebacker. They improved their defense. They improved their offensive line by getting Kelvin Beckman and Ronnie Hudson. And then they just got AJ Green. They just improved their team a lot. Now the Rams, they only got Stafford and Leonard Floyd. So like great pickups, but like I don't think they made. I think they could use a couple more key pieces on that team.
But
I think they would take second
because when you compare.
Well, no, they were
like you got to look at the situation like Jared Goff is just an average quarterback, and so I think when you bring in a
don't get me wrong,
like he's an immediate and that's all they needed really because they just needed that field general and the guy who was able to actually. Lead the team. I don't know if Jared Goff ever really led those Rams teams, especially against my Patriots at Super Bowl.
I was never a big Jared Goff fan. He's not a bad quarterback. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I'm just not a big fan of him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just like what Cardinals did, they signed Matt Prater. I mean, Andy Lee. They signed key pieces to their team. I think is a huge step up. Let's push to the AFC South real quick.
Okay.
What do you got there? Who do you like there?
You see Tennessee made some moves.
Texans. Tennessee made a lot of moves.
You get Bud Dupree. I think that's crazy.
They got Ryan Finley, Tyrod Taylor. Nothing big there. I don't know why they did this. They went Mark Ingram and Philip Lindsay. Why do you need 3 backs on your team? What is that going to do for you? Unless they got big plans to trade one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think,
It was strange. I didn't understand. I mean, you have a 3-headed monster now, but that's all.
Yeah, but David Johnson was pretty good last year.
Yeah, I mean, he got terrible. Hurt, but he's still that wasn't a key concern for me. I just don't understand necessarily why they went that way. And for defense, you get Conor Hill. Okay. You need to not get people like him. Okay. He's not a good linebacker.
I mean, he's not bad. He's a good backup, but not a starter. I mean, they got Shaq Lawson in a trade with Miami, and they gave up McKinney. And I think that was a terrible trade for them because Shaq Lawson is all right, but McKinney was a Pro Bowler and then got injured this year. So, like, I think that hurts them a little bit there. They upgraded their offensive line a little bit, not too much. They got Marcus Cannon, Justin McCray, Justin Britt. But, I mean, I don't really see big pickups here. I mean,
I got
Desmond King is huge. Who?
I got the Colts winning that division.
You don't want to hear I have one in that division.
Wait, who do you think's winning?
You really want to hear?
If you
from worst to first, baby. Jacksonville Jags. Come on, baby. Come on. You ready? Listen, no, I got good theory here, though. They got a great running back. They're going to get Trevor Lawrence. I think he's going to come in and perform right away. I think he's going to be like a Justin Herbert, like performs like extremely well. They get Marvin Jones. They already got Chanel. I don't even know how to say his name. Laviska, whatever.
Yeah,
they already got him. He was a good wide receiver last year. Marvin Jones is a huge help. Philip Dorsett, that's not bad. That's pretty solid. They got Carlos Hyde as a backup running back. They go Shaquille Griffin and Sidney Jones at cornerback. Not bad pickups, decent. They got Malcolm Brown as a D tackle. They go Roy Harris as a D tackle. All decent pickups, nothing crazy, but it's going to improve their team a lot. I just think they stepped up well.
Yeah, I mean they improved without doubt, and I think like the free agent signing is good. You're probably getting Trevor Lawrence, so immediate upgrade at quarterback. I don't give a shit about Gardner Minshew. He's not their quarterback.
Well, that was the problem last year. They had no quarterback to help them.
Yeah, and I think that's a fair statement, but you're saying that they're going to be better than the Colts? How many wins did Jacksonville have last year? Was it like 3 or 4?
No, 1.
Oh, it was 1?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they went 1-15.
Jesus, was it really? I didn't realize it was that bad. Hold on, let me grab it.
Right here, they went.
Yeah, good call. 1-15.
1-15.
That was a lot worse than I thought. Okay, so that kind of proved my point even more. Yes, they are going to get more than 1 win this year. 100. I will put $1,000 on it. But
all right,
they're going to have. Ready? Here's my prediction. Wait, here's my prediction. They are going to finish with 6 wins.
That's your prediction?
That's my hot take.
They go 10
wins. Hot take.
10. My hot take: they win 10 games, win the division.
They're not. Okay, you need to stop. You need to see a doctor because that is ridiculous. There is
10 game win the division.
There is no way they have improved with what they just did, even with Trevor Lawrence, unless they're getting Patrick Mahomes or Khalil Mack.
They got a new coach.
You're not getting 9 more wins than the previous year.
Yes.
That is
telling
absurd.
You right now.
I'll give you the fact that they're not going to be last. I think the Texans are going to finish last somehow. That's fair.
All right. So when Arizona was dead last in that division, they got number 1 pick. They got Kyle Murray. Okay. Kyle Murray comes in, gives them 6 wins, I think.
Yeah, I believe it is.
But with no help. He had nobody on his team to help him out. I mean, he had Larry Fitzgerald, but Larry Fitzgerald was old. I mean, he still got hands like a beast. Yeah. I don't think Christian Kirk performed that well that year. And he really didn't have a hot defense. And they still get 6 wins.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Jacksonville made so much improvements this year. They're going to grab Trevor Lawrence. That team is going to be nasty.
Yeah, their team is going to be
really good.
Team. I mean, from both sides of the ball. I mean, like Shaquille Griffin, you get Jonathan Ford, Sidney Jones. Like, you made improvements, and I think they have more than they probably have a pick every round. So, like,
oh, I forgot they still have DJ. DJ, I think, got injured last year.
Oh, DJ Shark. Yeah.
They have DJ Shark Marvin Jones, and LaVisca as their first 3 wide receivers. That's a nasty squad. James Robinson and then Carlos Hyde as their running backs. They got Josh Allen defensive end. They got they got decent D tackles. Miles Jack at linebacker, Joe Sherber at linebacker, Leon Jacobs at linebacker. He's all right. They go Trey Henders at cornerback. I don't think they have it updated for. Oh no, there we go. CJ Henderson at corner and Shaquille Griffin at corner. And they got their safeties aren't that good, but
it's absurd.
But that's a solid squad.
So wait a minute. You think the Patriots are not going to have 3 more wins based on who they got, but the Jags, based on who they got, are going to have 9 more wins. Am I getting that correct?
Yes.
That's fucking.
I'm not a Cam Newton fan. I'm not a Cam Newton.
It doesn't matter if you're a fan.
In the draft, if they get Mac Jones in the draft, I think they have a chance to win the division. I think they can get 3 to 4 more wins with Mac Jones. But Cam Newton can't throw the ball. All you got to do is shut down his tight ends. And the way that division is building their offenses. All right, let's go. All right, let's switch. Let's switch to the Patriots division right now. Where are we at? All right. The way they're building their offenses in the East, they got Buffalo already had a nice offense, and they added Emmanuel Sanders.
Yep.
Beautiful.
But they
killer offense. But is he a bad backup? Nah, great backup. I would take him as a backup.
Yeah, he's better than most.
Miami. They got Jacoby as a backup. Okay. They added Malcolm Brown, solid running back. I think he's underrated. I think he would perform well. Added Will Fuller, huge pickup that helps the offense a lot, and the 100% probably going to draft Jamar Chase. Big wide receivers there. They got Parker, Chase, Fuller, and then still have Preston Williams and Jakeem Grant, and they have Mike Gesicki as tight end. Solid. Yeah. The Jets. I mean, they helped a lot. They got Keenan Cole, Corey Davis. They got Tyler Kroft. All good pickups. I think their offense will be even good.
The goddamn
And
Jets.
I don't think the Patriots made a big enough splash for their offense. They just upgraded their defense. All right, hear me out. I love Hunter Henry and Jonas Smith. Great pickups. But I'm not a big fan of Nelson Aguilar pickup. He only had like 700 receiving yards last year. And Kendrick Bourne.
But
I'm not a big fan on him.
You gotta understand, right now, Aguilar is not gonna be a 1,500-yard receiver. He's going to be the second receiver because
who's going to be your first?
Whether they trade Gilmore, Harry, whatever, or they draft, I don't know. But I guarantee that they are not done at receiver. They're getting one more guy at least. And that person will be that first receiver. I mean, shit.
Okay, but if they don't get one more guy, Nelson Aguilar is your number 1 receiver. What is that? Like, dog shit.
I'd say it's between him and Jacoby Myers for sure. I don't know if N'Keal Harry has earned that, but I mean.
Yeah, but I don't think Jacoby Myers has earned that neither. What did he do last year?
Actually, he was solid. He really made, he showed up when we needed him to, and it was like, in some of those games, Cam wasn't great, and I admit that. Cam was bad, and I was like, okay, that's a bad game.
I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to make he was the MVP in Carolina because he had who do he have down there? Give me a second.
Greg Olsen.
Yeah, but he had 2 huge guys and
Greg Olsen
and a speedster.
Greg Olsen.
Gregson, I think, was one, and he was young then. What do you have? Oh, he had didn't he win MVP in 2015?
Yeah. Yes, they had Corey Brown, Ted Ginn.
No, I don't think that's right. Because he had who the hell did he have?
Yeah, in 2016, he had Kelvin Benjamin, Ted Ginn.
Oh, yeah. He did have Kelvin Benjamin, right?
That was 2016, yeah. So 2015, he did not. And that was the year they went.
When did he win MVP? Are you sure it was 15?
Yeah, it was 15. That was when they were 16 or 15-1.
And what were they? Oh,
The next year they were 6-10.
But anyway, when he had Kelvin Benjamin and Greg Olsen, well, he had Greg Olsen, not Kelvin Benjamin. He had Greg Olsen and Ted Ginn, and he used to throw it up to Greg Olsen all the time. That used to be his main target because he's big and he can catch the ball. And then Ted Ginn used to just run posts for him. He was a speedster for him. I understand I feel like that's what the Patriots are trying to do in the two tight ends and the and Nelson Aguilar, but
that's crazy. You're saying, but like but seriously, you're comparing when you say the Jags to the Patriots. The move right now, you're saying the Jags have improved by 9 wins, and the Patriots.
Listen, Jags had no quarterback. Jags had no quarterback at all, and they upgraded a quarterback by ridiculous. Like they went from Gardner to Trevor Lawrence.
But what if Trevor Lawrence isn't as good as people project him to be?
I'm projecting him to be fantastic.
That's crazy because he might not. And it might be he needs to be in that second year for him to actually like go off. I think you are way overly optimistic.
I think he's going to go off. They gave him the weapons. He's going to go off.
But you think they're going to be better than Indianapolis and Tennessee?
I think they're going to be like the Eagles division, and they're going to be fighting for the top 3 spots.
No, stop that. The Colts are better than the Titans and the Jags.
No.
They
lost T.Y. They lost T.Y.
T.Y. was not a factor like last year. That dude didn't play.
T.Y. is a great wide receiver.
He did play, but he either dropped the ball or wasn't even given the ball.
No, he got injured. I think he got injured last year.
Yeah, that might have been it. But they brought back Xavier Rhodes and Marlon Mack. Their team right now is great. And they just got Carson Wentz a couple weeks ago, who's going to have a good year. Like I don't know.
No, he's going to have a good year.
A lot of people are trying to
he had with the Eagles.
Yeah, a lot of people are trying to downplay what he's going to do. But trust me, he's going to be a good quarterback. Oh, above average. He'll be a solid quarterback. So right now, I mean, yes, Tennessee's great. I personally love Derrick Henry. I like Tannehill. They got a good team going. I like their team. I really do. But yeah, like if you're telling me Jacksonville is better than both of those, I think that is absurd. See, if you made an argument for Tennessee, I could see that. The Jaguars at best are going to finish 3rd. They are not better than Indianapolis. They are not better than Tennessee.
Who does the Colts have to throw to? Nobody. Just Pittman Jr. I think that's all they got is Pittman Jr.
Let me see. Make sure I have all the updated information. Yeah, I believe he's their main receiver.
He would be the number 1 receiver.
He's okay though.
Because T.Y. is out. Oh, Zach. They have Zach Pascal. And Paris Campbell, but they're not in fantastic.
They're not fantastic. They don't need to be that.
They upgraded Carson Wentz. They got great running backs. Don't get me wrong, great running backs. Jack Doyle, questionable at tight end. Mo Alley Cox, questionable at tight end. I think they're good tight ends, but Jack Doyle, I think, gets injured a lot. Because I think he was injured all last year with Tennessee, right?
No, he was in Indianapolis.
Or was he on the Colts yesterday?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, okay. Oh, did he get? Wait, I think he's on Tennessee now. Is he?
I thought he was still on Indianapolis. He's a solid tight end, though. I think they still have J.J. Nelson.
No, don't get me wrong. He's solid. He is solid. But I think their defense is going to have to carry him is the thing.
I wouldn't say carry, but like.
I just think they need more weapons to be called a great team the way you put them at.
I mean, I think, honestly, what their ceiling is 10, 11 wins.
I think everybody from that division, they're probably going to be a first round out, maybe second round out. It depends who they get stuck with to play. Because I don't think Colts got the offense, and I don't think Tennessee got the defense. And I think Jacksonville is consistent on both sides of the ball. I think they would be ranked top 15 on both sides of the ball, like top 15 offense, top 15 defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's okay, but like you're putting a lot of faith in something you're like they have to prove so much. And that
I just see the moves Jacksonville been making.
And I understand, but
they've been basically speaking out to the league like they're not gonna be a team to fuck with this year. Yeah. They're gonna be scary.
They're gonna be good. So your final prediction, you have Jaguars. Who do you have in second place?
I think Colts finished second. I think they're a better team than Tennessee.
Yeah,
I like Tannehill, though. I love Derrick Henry.
I think we both agree that Houston's definitely going to finish last.
Yes, Houston made a lot of good moves, but questionable moves also. Like, getting two running backs, I don't know what that's doing for you. Like,
yeah, it doesn't help.
You have 3 running backs on your depth chart. What, you're going to run all 3 of them? Like, I guess they won't be tired. Like, I guess you can think of that sense. But, like, you need a freaking wide receivers.
They'll get
Deshaun Watson one out. Huh?
It out. Yeah, they'll finish with like 4 or 5 wins.
I say 3. 2 or 3. If Deshaun Watson plays, I think they would do more. But
it's like a pissing contest at that point because I think the division it'll be Indianapolis, Tennessee, Jacksonville, Houston.
Agreed.
Well, unless the Jags
Houston at the bottom.
Like the Jags got to prove something, man. That means they got to really show up. And if they do that this year, I mean, previous years I was like, the Browns were building, and I was like, I was predicting them to be good. But it took like 3 years for them to get more than 7 or 8 wins. It was absurd. I was like, every year I'm like, oh, they're winning the division, and it was like, not.
Is that when that's when Baker joined?
That's when,
right? Is that when you're telling?
And they got Odell.
I don't think.
Yeah.
But Baker is not the same quarterback as Trevor Lawrence is. I think Trevor Lawrence is a much better quarterback. He could throw the ball. He can
look at the talent that Baker. Again, the Browns are another team. I think head-to-head against the Ravens, that's a pick'em. I mean, like division-wise, I'm gonna say Cleveland, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh.
No, I go Cleveland, Baltimore. I go Pittsburgh, Cincinnati.
I don't think
Pittsburgh. They lost John Ross and AJ Green. I mean, I know they still have 2 good wide receivers.
Yeah, Tyler Boyd. They're good.
Yeah,
you give Joe Burrow a full year. They're good. They're fine. He got hurt. That was why they finished last.
That's not why. They weren't doing that great with Joe Burrow. They were consistent. I think they would have maybe won 2 more wins. But I don't know. I guess I guess they did improve their defense a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like
with the Trey Hendrickson, that was a great pickup. They got Mike Hilton, that's a good pickup. They got Awuzii, that's a good pickup.
Yeah, see, when Dallas lost Awuzii, I was actually like kind of bummed because I thought he was solid. I thought they would have brought him back.
Awuzii, yeah, he was solid. I actually wanted Miami to pick him up.
Yeah, I mean, like,
what do you think?
They're definitely still rebuilding or restructuring or whatever you want to call it. But, dude, Pittsburgh is in shambles because they had a bunch of wins last year that was more so what do you want to call it? It was like a facade. Like,
I agree.
It wasn't real. Like, they had 11.
I agree.
I think they were 11-5. And it's like, they're not that good. They were just exposed.
But they got a really good defense. Their offense is a questionable one. And when Cincinnati, I think their offense is questionable for me. I watch a lot of their games, and some games they didn't look in shape. Some games they were really good. It was just questionable for me how good they are, really. And losing AJ Green and John Ross wasn't a big loss because like he didn't really play a lot. But losing AJ Green, he was like one of them number one receivers they had there.
Mm-hmm.
It was him and Tyler Boyd. But I don't know. And I don't think their defense is as good as Steelers' defense.
So that's good that we both have Cleveland winning that division because I think that's a fair.
Yeah,
they're heading in the right direction.
I agree with that 100%. Who do you have winning the East? AFC East?
I think Buffalo will win. I think they're still a good team, but I think the Patriots can make a strong push for second. So I think Baltimore. I think Buffalo is going to have about 11 or 12 wins. New England should get it 10. Miami can get 8 to 9, and the Jets, I hope they can get more than 6. 6 would be my like good year type of move for the Jets. But I think, when you talk about it like that, it's kind of like it's disappointing, Like
you don't want to hear who I think win the division.
You're gonna fucking say Miami.
The New York Jets. No, I'm kidding. The Miami Dolphins, I think, win.
And the call.
I don't think they win. I don't think like they blow them out, but I think the division is going to win next year with 10 to 11 wins. I just think Miami approved all around.
I think both Miami and the Patriots are both teams that are kind of like they have a high ceiling.
Anything,
but will they get it?
But can they reach it? That's the thing. If Tua performs how everybody expects him to perform, like when he first came into the league, I think we win the division. If he performs so I don't think he did bad last year. There's so much talk that he sucks. Like I don't understand where that all came from because he had a lot of injury at offense line and he had a lot of injuries at wide receivers.
You're talking about Tua?
Yeah. And he was throwing to backups in his rookie year. Like, it's not like he had Devontae Parker. I think Parker was injured for a little bit, but not all. I think he was there most of the time. But, like, Jakeem Grant was injured for a while. Preston Williams went out, I think, for the season. He was throwing to Mac Hollins. I mean, if I was an NFL quarterback, I don't want to throw to Mac Hollins. Like, I don't trust that dude. Mike Gesicki was there the whole time, but his offensive line got injured. So he was getting blitzed. Nobody could protect. And the only reason Fitzpatrick did better than him because he's a more experienced quarterback. He got rid of the ball, even though when he shouldn't. And, like, it was in pressure and all that. So his numbers were a little better because people called it. But Tua is more careful with the ball, what I like, because he don't throw a lot of interceptions. But, like, I don't know. People are saying that nobody had faith in him, but I think he would be just fine. He just came off a terrible injury. He didn't want to get hurt again. I think he would be just fine. And adding the weapons for him is perfect.
I think they're in a good spot. I think they're building for winning now mentality, which I think is the only way to build. But I think Buffalo has a grip on the division at least for this year because I just think they're just too talented for either New England or Miami.
They are really talented. Don't get me wrong.
Think that's why I said I think Buffalo can get 12 wins, but when you're putting them against like Kansas City, I still have Kansas City beating them. I think I don't even know what team I would put against Kansas City in the AFC because I'm still feeling like
Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm kidding.
Yeah, no. I feel I kind of trust.
I think any team can beat KC. I think any team can beat KC.
I don't know about that.
Look at what the Bucks did to them. They made them look terrible.
Well, yeah,
they were missing two offensive linemen.
But they're still a great team.
Oh no, don't get me wrong, they are a great team, but any given Sunday, any team could win. You know what I mean? But I really like what Miami's doing, not because I'm a fan of them, but I just like how they're giving to weapons. They fired the offensive coordinator, hired a new one. Love that. They got a key linebacker. They got Justin Coleman at cornerback. They got Byron Jones and Xavier Howard. All three of them at cornerback are dirty. I'm not saying they just signed them because they had them, but they just signed Coleman as corner. So him as a third corner, awesome. I think great pickup.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was a little shaky for free agency this year because everybody was getting 1-year deals because of the money situation. So it's going to be like the same thing next year too. So we'll find out.
Yeah, I think it'll be
everybody want to get paid.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's it. They want to get paid, but it's kind of like
you can't.
It's tough because you're really reliant on a lot of stuff. So yeah, it'll be interesting, but yeah, it's hey man, still not even the draft time yet. So there's still so many moves to be made.
Yeah. So I think I'm looking at this now, and I think what the Patriots did is actually pretty nice because they got some guys for 2 years, 4 years, 3 years. They didn't just settle on 1-year deals. I understand what they're doing now. They're gonna play this year, hopefully make the playoffs. But then next year, I think they make some bigger moves to get bigger players at wide receiver because they didn't want to sign Golladay for 1 year and then lose them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think they signed Nelson Aguilar so he could get in the system. Because if you sign a Kenny Golladay, he's already a good wide receiver. You don't need him to work the system. Just fucking throw him up the ball. He would get it. But I like what they did.
Yeah, they're easily a playoff team, and I think they get 10 wins. Now, in terms of who can they beat in the playoffs, I don't know, honestly. I think they might be just good enough to get in the playoffs this year, which would be totally cool with me. But I think I take Cleveland, Baltimore, Indy, Tennessee, Kansas City, and Buffalo. I would probably take all of them. I think they could all beat the Patriots.
So I would take all three teams, Buffalo, Miami, and Patriots. I think all three of us, depending on how we rank, if we don't get the Chiefs until the conference final, I would take all three of them teams to beat any team in the league. I don't think Cleveland is that great. I think Miami and Patriots got a good defense to stop Cleveland's offense. And now Buffalo got a decent defense, but their offense is disgustingly good. So I think they blow out any one of them teams. So with our defenses, I think all three of us in this division can make the conference finals. If we don't get Chiefs on the way. You know what I mean?
That's the problem. I think if you're saying the championship, I think the Chiefs are easily going to the championship. So it's like, who are they going to go against? It might be Buffalo again. Like,
it's
I don't know.
tough because
I don't really buy
Buffalo, Miami, and Patriots, they won't get a number 2 seed.
Yeah.
They probably would be like 3 or 4 because on how good the division is. It's not like we're bad. It's just the division is going to be good. Because I think the Jets are actually going to be a good team this year.
Yeah, they'll be better.
They gave they given Sam Darnold more weapons.
Let me just say that I swear to God, if they draft a quarterback, I am going to be mad. I love
Sam Darnold. I just think he needs help. Like, they're not doing anything for him. Like, for instance, Tua. They Miami's doing stuff for Tua to help him out. Even giving Cam tight end weapons. And Cam is older. I mean, not that old, but he's an older quarterback, and they're still giving him weapons.
And it's just like,
and Sam Darnold all year, every time he'd been in the league, he got no weapons.
Exactly. And it's like, it's the dysfunctional Jets, and it's like mind-blowing how dumb they handle their situations, and like, it's like they're purposely trying to not build. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Other than Mark Sanchez,
trying to lose.
Let's go back in time. Other than Mark Sanchez in 2009, 2010, who is their star quarterback? Joe Namath. Nobody. In the fucking 60s. Come on now.
Yeah. The worst of Miami last quarterback was Dan Marino.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, it's like the Dolphins quarterbacks. You're like,
I mean, we had Tannehill in 2016.
Yeah, I'd say Tannehill, and then
then after Tannehill, nobody.
Like, that's a problem, and it's like, that has to be the biggest drive. I mean, even like the Chiefs.
But the Jets got Sam Darnold. Like, he's not a bad quarterback.
I think
give him weapons.
People think I'm crazy, but I think he's talented. And I think
he is.
If he has the right pieces around him and the right coaching, by the way, because Adam Gase is not an NFL coach. I can't stand him.
Adam Gase should be out of the league.
Doesn't even deserve a head coach. He doesn't deserve any job.
He went to Miami, destroyed Miami, like absolutely terrible. He decided, hey, let me call my own plays. Nah, let's not. Like,
they got Robert
Saleh out of the league.
From the 49ers as their head coach now, which I think is good because it's the new start for Sam Darnold. I think Sam Darnold's getting frustrated. I think this is if they don't build around him, I'm out. If I'm Sam Darnold, I'm calling my agent the day that this season ends, and I'm like, I am not playing.
But the problem is
ridiculous.
The problem is they're building around him, but I don't think it's good enough because Miami, Patriots, and Buffalo are all good teams. So it's like
they have no way to win because they're not winning division.
They took 4 years to decide, hey, let's rebuild for Darnold, and Miami already started rebuilding. Patriots are coming back alive. Last year they were iffy, but this year they got all these players that come back alive. And Buffalo started rebuilding around Josh Allen the day he came in, and they waited 4 to 5 years to start rebuilding around Jets. I think it's too late for him.
I
think he needs to get out of the Jets
now. I just felt like the guy is just, and they lose, and he doesn't do well, so his stats are garbage. But it's like his number one receiver over the last 3 years was Jameson Crowder, Quincy.
Yeah, now Rodney Anderson.
And Rodney
Anderson, I think, was this year.
Yeah, no, I think it was the year before. I'm pretty sure because he joined Anderson. He joined Carolina last year.
No, Anderson was on Jets last year.
Oh, he was on the Jets?
He was on Carolina first.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're right. Okay.
And then he went to the Jets.
And he's good. He's a good receiver. But if you're telling me your best receivers are Jamison Crowder and Robbie Anderson.
And Rodney Anderson.
Who are your running backs? Frank Gore.
Don't get me wrong. Oh, the kid they got for the Jets last year, I think they got him in the draft. I think he's going to be good this year. Hold on.
Monmouth alumni Pete Guerrero. He is on the Jets practice squad. Running back number 35. He should make the team. There is absolutely
no. He's not. He's a third string.
Oh, is he? Okay, so he was elevated to the team. Okay. He is just good enough. No bias. He can play on that team. He's got it.
I like Lameka Panine, yeah.
Oh, I know talking about.
He ran the ball last year towards the end before he got in, but he didn't do bad. He averaged almost 4 yards a carry. He got 232 yards on 64 attempts, but he started running the ball late, like towards the end of the season, like the final couple games. I don't know how many games he played. It doesn't say here, but I like him. He wasn't bad.
I think they right now they got Pete as I think third string, but I think
they have.
And I'm telling you, man,
they
like
have
his
Ty
games
Johnson
in college.
as a first.
I was like I've seen a few of his games and I interviewed him I think once, and I'm telling you, like he's got some talent, and hey, I know it's a completely different realm in terms of college football versus the NFL, but for a team like the Jets, you're saying Darnold, Pete Guerrero. I think with their pick, dude, I think they must get a receiver, get an offensive lineman. They get one of those, I'm cool. But you do not, on any circumstance, in any situation, draft a quarterback. Because look at what Philadelphia did. You drafted a quarterback, created a bunch of issues.
And then it's big controversy.
Same with Green Bay. I mean, it didn't implode like it did in Philly, but it still created issues for no reason.
If I'm the Jets, I do not draft a receiver. Because you got Corey Davis, you got Denzel Mims, you got Jamison Crowder, you got Keenan Coles, and you got Josh Doxson. I mean, he's all right, but he's not bad. For the fifth receiver, he's not bad. I think if you draft a receiver who's going to put too much on the receiving core, it's going to be too much of a battle. And I think you should stay how it is. You're not bad right now. Corey Davis as number one. It's not like what you want to hear, but Corey Davis is a good receiver.
Oh, he's good.
And Denzel Mims is a good receiver also. And so is Jamison Crowder. So it's not bad there. I think you need to go number one pick. I think you need to go the dude from Oregon, Panine. Is that his name?
Yes, I believe so.
Swirl Panine. I think that's it. The dude from Oregon. I think he's a guaranteed number 2 pick for you. And after that, I think you got to go defense. Or you draft a running back. I mean, I wouldn't mind them drafting a running back. That would help them out a lot. But you do need defensive help because that defensive squad looked.
Pro Football Focus, their article from March 15th, has the Jets taking Zach Wilson. It's absurd. It's
ridiculous what they do to this dude.
And it's unfortunate because if he went to, I could just imagine if he was on a team like San Francisco or honestly, even Indianapolis.
Yeah,
that's a great situation for him.
NFL has then taken Zach Wilson too.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I just have a bad feeling they're just gonna take him and it's gonna be great. So I guess if they take him, they're gonna trade Sam Darnold or
if you take a quarterback, I really like Trey Lance. I think he should go. If Jets are going to take quarterback, I think they should go Trey Lance.
I wouldn't even entertain the idea of a quarterback.
I wouldn't either. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't either. I think it's a terrible idea. But everywhere right now is saying Jets are taking quarterback. Justin Fields on CBS. I mean, it's sad for the dude.
So it would work, I think, for the Jets to, if you're not going to get a receiver or something, definitely get somebody on defense. You need a high caliber linebacker or something. Just your rebuild needs to start somewhere. You got to stop drafting people and then just like letting them just level out and then, we're gonna try it again. Like, no, you just
don't they do have two. They do have 2 picks in the first round.
Yeah. So you figure like if you're getting the first, you get top 3 overall pick. It's like you're gonna have some options, but I'm definitely go like it. I don't know. For me, it's either like receiver or somebody on defense. I mean, I would like an offensive lineman, but they could probably get that later.
The second pick, they have them take it. Their second pick, they have them take it a edge rusher. So they go quarterback and then edge rusher in the first round.
I mean,
I don't
they
like
take
it.
a quarterback. I assume trading Darnold. Like
they have them taking a cornerback in Asante Samuel Jr.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and by the way, Jacksonville got 2 picks in the first round.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
It's huge for them.
I don't know if it changes.
Oh, that's kind of scary.
My prediction.
I just read Buffalo is going to take Travis Etienne.
What position is he?
Running back. Clemson.
Oh, is he good?
Oh, yeah. By the way, Deshaun Jackson 1-year deal with LA. I don't know if I said that. With the Rams.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, I didn't know that. Was that today?
Yeah, that was literally 10 minutes ago.
Oh, damn. That's tough, actually.
I just got the update again. 31 minutes ago, they announced it. And then just now, they to what terms they agreed to.
Damn.
1-year deal. That's a good pickup, I guess.
Wow. Damn.
I think he's gonna retire after this year.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he's getting to that point. Like, he's okay, but he's old. It's just injury history. He's old. It's getting to him. He's had a good career. It's nothing like, it's bad, but yeah, I think he's getting to that point.
But, do you think it's a Hall of Fame career?
Probably not. I think it's probably just shy of a Hall of Fame career. I mean, he did make a lot of great plays, and we can half of his career highlights were against the Giants, like the miracle at the Meadowlands and shit like that. So he has had moments, but it's been too inconsistent. And if you're just hanging around in the league, I don't really consider that Hall of Fame. Like Ryan Fitzpatrick, he's been in the league forever, but you haven't really done or won anything. So but so that'll be interesting. But yeah, I think the Jets will probably finish with it. I hope at least 6 wins because it's gonna be a tough division for the next couple of years. So you got to be in it for the long haul, and that's how you do it.
Miami signed another quarterback.
Oof.
Kai Locksley.
Maybe it isn't Tua time. Maybe they are moving on, which I don't understand.
I mean,
I don't know why they would.
Well, Kai Locksley, he played for UTEP. I think he's just a third string quarterback. Nothing crazy. I think he's just gonna learn behind Brissett because Brissett only got 1 year. Mm-hmm. So maybe they're trying to make him the backup.
Yeah,
but Tua would be just fine. All this talk about Tua, he would be just fine. Don't worry about that. Kai Locksley been in the league for maybe this is his second year.
But I think we pretty much agree with most of our division picks. We had a similar. We went down the same thought process. We kind of figured out who would win each division and kind of go through it, or at least a few of the divisions. But I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Do you have any final thoughts, Joe? Any opinion? Any of your nonsense? Any more just before we sign off? Is there any more of it? Because I feel like there is.
Yeah, Miami Dolphins wins the Super Bowl next year.
I guess Yeah,
Miami, Jacksonville in the conference championship.
That's just not gonna happen.
And Miami versus the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
I'll put my car on any of those predictions. I guarantee they will.
Nah, there's nothing else. Eagles are gonna go the worst in the league next year, probably.
Yeah, they're probably in for. I would like trouble. 5 to 7 wins, but
I give them 3.
Okay,
3
stop
or
that.
2.
Stop that.
All right, hold on.
2.
Hold on.
Oh my God. It doesn't fucking stop.
I said 3 or 2.
You said 3 or 2.
Who do they have?
Wait a minute. They're not.
Who do they have? They just lost to Sean Jackson. They have no wide receivers now.
Oh no, they lost
everybody
they had for 2 weeks.
Steve, the division was terrible last year.
It was.
And they what? 6 wins? 5 wins? What do they have? 6 or 5?
I think they were.
Okay.
I think they were.
What did they do this year to be better?
Not much, but
okay,
they can get at least 5.
No.
They're gonna get Kyle Pitts, most likely. They're probably gonna trade Ertz. So now you're in a position to upgrade your
I'm not talking about with the draft. I'm talking about right now. You're telling me that the Eagles are gonna get 5 wins next year.
At least.
Bro, they got 5 wins this year.
They're capable of getting 5 wins, though. They're not regressing to 2 or 3 wins.
Washington? No, they're not regressing. But the teams in the division is like really making moves. The Giants made so many moves, and they didn't do good last year.
You're saying they're going to have less wins. That means they're regressing somehow, but they didn't regress.
No, it's not. It's just mean they're not making moves, and the division is making moves. Okay? So the wins they won in the division, they're not going to win next year. They might win. I don't see them beating anybody in the division next year.
I think
if you watch tape on Jalen Hurts, he did not look that great. He rolled out of the pocket when he shouldn't have rolled out of the pocket.
It depends. If Dallas and Washington,
I think Dallas,
if they don't play as good as they should, Philly can do it. But if they're all even the Giants,
we're just talking about on books. I'm not talking about how they're gonna play. Yeah, they all could play like shit. You're not wrong, but on books right now,
it'll be tough. I think they can. Out of the 6 total, I think they can win 2.
I think that divisional games.
Yeah, I think they could probably win 2 total.
I think I give them 1. I give them 1.
So then you're saying they're only going to win 2 more games outside of their division?
What?
Because you said
max. I would give them max 4 wins, but I think I don't. Let's see what their schedule looks like. I'm pretty sure they had a hard schedule too.
That is absurd. I wanted to sign the fucking show off, but now I'm aggravated again because you got my
we were signing off in 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a hater on them. I'm not a hater. But Atlanta, I think they lose.
Oh, no.
Carolina.
That's a win. Yeah.
Why do you think that's a win? Tell me why.
Atlanta sucks.
No, they don't.
Yes,
they got a good offense. They got a good offense.
They still don't have a good quarterback.
You're an idiot. Matt Ryan is not a bad quarterback. Okay.
Matt Ryan Atlanta. Sucks. Stop that.
All right, Atlanta, you say win, I say loss, okay?
Yep.
Carolina.
That's a pick 'em. I don't know. That they might, but I can see it either way.
Dallas, I see the loss.
They'll probably split.
Denver. See, Denver is a pick 'em too, but I could see a loss there.
I'll give them the win, but that's not definite. I don't know.
Detroit, I give them a loss.
I think they can beat Detroit.
It's all questionable games, but I think Detroit
4 wins
is a little better. You gave them 4 wins? You gave them 4 wins already.
Oh, wait.
You're drunk.
Did you list 4? Was it 4 games that you listed?
I listed 5. And you say they win 4 out of the 5 games.
Yeah, I'd say because I think 3 or 4 right now. Yeah, 3 or 4.
You're drunk. Giants loss. Raiders loss. Dallas loss.
They'll lose that one.
I think Giants sweep them. New Orleans are going to lose. Tampa they're going to lose. KC they're going to lose. Chargers are going to lose. San Fran they're going to lose. And Washington, I think they lose both times.
They're going to split with Washington. Yeah, 4 or 5 wins. That's what I said. That's what I fucking said, because I know that's what they're going to get.
You said 5 wins. You said 5 wins. 5. I said 4 max.
5 wins. They're getting 5.
I just counted 4 wins right there. And 2 of them are questionable.
I think they can split with the Giants and the Redskins or Washington. That's 2 right there.
I don't think they split with. I think they split with one team in their division.
And there's my 2 wins
Bro,
that I predicted.
The Eagles are not good.
I agree. They aren't good, and they're not a well-run organization. I understand that. I am agreeing. But to say that they're going to get like 3 or 4 wins is ludicrous.
Bro, they got Jalen Hurts, not bad. Milo Sanders, not bad. They got, I'm not talking about in the draft. I'm talking about right now, okay?
Okay.
They could make some great moves in the draft, and then my prediction would change. But right now, Jalen Reagor, he's not a number 1 receiver. And then they got Greg Ward and Travis Fulgham.
Yeah, they're just wah-wah.
All right, at best. Dallas Goedert, he's pretty solid tight end. Their line is pretty solid. Their defensive line is solid. But after that, no one. Maddox is Harris is all right. Epps, decent. Darius Slay's a good corner. Rashard Smith. Huh?
Darius Slay, he got torched last year. It was a bad year.
He did get torched, but he's a decent corner. Well, pretty good corner. Rashard Smith, not that good. TJ Edwards, not that good. Alex Singleton, he's all right. I mean, this lineup is scaring me.
I'm just saying.
Don't get me wrong, they could do something in the draft. I'm not talking about the draft.
I think they can get at least 5 wins.
With no draft.
No, I'm saying like going into it right now, like
you're including the draft or not including the draft?
I'm gonna include the draft and until the season starts.
Okay. Right now I'm not including the draft, and I think they get 4 wins.
So let's say this. Right now, maybe give them 3 to 4. But after the draft and like the summer, I'll give them 5.
Depending on who they draft.
They're probably gonna get Kyle Pitts. I mean, I imagine, and they're gonna probably.
Yeah, last year we thought they were gonna get Justin Jefferson, and they went Jalen Reagor.
True. So they again, it's poorly run, but I think we
think they're gonna get Kyle Pitts, but who knows? They might draft Trey Lance or Zach Wilson.
Another team where it's like you don't even think about getting a quarterback ever. You will not get a quarterback at any point in the draft. But
no.
Like I said, we had some incredibly hot takes tonight. That was probably one of the craziest shows we've done. And I think.
And you're an idiot.
You really got my blood boiling again. I mean, I thought we were signing off, and I was good. We're gonna wrap it up. And then you said the Eagles were gonna have 2 to 3 wins, and I'm just sitting here like shaking because I'm infuriated.
I changed it to 3 or 4. But it was before the draft, not with the draft.
Any final words that won't set me over the edge?
Giants winning the division, Jacksonville winning the division. No, that's it.
That's valid. I think Giants going to 16-0. We're just going to say things. But that do it. That is our show. I believe this is the 4th or 5th episode we've done. So
3.
I'll come back in 2 weeks. And yeah, we're gonna wrap this up here.
2 weeks from the draft.
We can do
2
that.
weeks, then we talk about the draft.
All right. That works. We can do that.
All right. See you in 2 weeks. Signing it off.